Technology taking over the universe, folks. This is the question that I'm asking. Have technology taking over this universe, folks? Has it put a damper on our youth? Technology, has it taken over the universe? This is the question that I'm asking on this morning. Has technology taken over this universe, folks? Has it put an influence on our youth? Yes, this is what I'm asking. Is it putting an influence on our youth people? YouTube, free busy. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, people. The title of my message this morning has technology taking over the universe, folks. Has technology taken over our universe? Has it put an influence on our youth? You know, I'm talking about technology as far as cell phones, laptops, iPads, all this new technology. Yeah, because I'm seeing a difference, you know, as the world turns, folks. I'm seeing a big difference. Come on in, folks. I'm giving everybody time to come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome in to ATM Tim. I see you. Jared Banks, God Soldier Ministry. Thank you for coming in. Yes, the question that I'm asking is, have the universe taken over with all of this new technology? Because I'm noticing how it is, you know, the youth, they don't even have any motor skills, folks. You know, they don't even know how to communicate with each other. See, in this days and time, people are not even talking to each other no more. You know, people don't communicate no more. Like if you walk into a room, everybody's on their cell phone, folks. This, you know, when you walk into a room, this is what you see. This is what you see, folks. Head down. Nobody's saying how you doing or speaking to each other or holding a conversation or anything, you know. It's like the technology has taken over. It had, you know, it's really brainwashing, you know. It's really brainwashing because everybody's into this now, folks. And we're gonna have to slow this thing down, you know, because these kids, they need, you know, they don't have no more communication skills. See, this is why a lot of these kids are out here acting the way they're acting because nobody have never taught them communication. You know, because like when I was coming up, the world was a whole lot different, folks. And we all know this. That's why I say as the world turned, man, because this world has shifted, man. Yes, it has shifted. I mean, when I was coming up, we just, you know, little boys would be outside playing marbles, Scully, hide and go seek. We would be out there playing all types of games and things, man. And I mean, in the day, you don't see that in today's society. In today's society, the kids are, you know, they're living a fast life. Their life is moving fast in a fast pace. And this is all because of the new technology, because I would say the cell phones are raising our kids, folks. Yeah, I would say that because that's all the kids do these days. They don't do anything. I haven't seen any kids playing around outside like we used to do when we were coming up, folks. We don't even see that anymore, you know. You know, like I said, when I was coming up, we would see the kids outside jumping rope. The girls would be jumping rope. They would be playing hopscotch and things of that nature. But now, cell phones is the thing. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's putting a damper, you know, it's putting a damper on things. Yes, I would definitely say it's putting a damper on it because our kids are growing up too fast. And then they're doing things on this internet, man, because that's why I tell the parents to keep an eye on your kids and see what they're doing out there on this internet, folks. Because this internet is very dangerous for the youth, man. And for the grown-ups, really. So this is the question that I'm asking, man. Is technology taking over? Yeah, I would say, yeah. You know, tell me what you think, folks. Put your comment in here. Tell me something. Yeah, technology has taken over, really. It has really taken over, folks. Jared Banks said, I remember those days. I miss it. Cell phone, video games, that's what I'm saying. Everything is, this is what our kids know now. They don't know anything else. They got the video games, they got the cell phones, and they don't, like this happened to me a few weeks ago. My grandson, right? And this was strange. This was really, really strange because I told my little grandson, he's like 3, I think he's 4 years old. Yeah, 4 to 5 years old. I told him to go outside and sit on the steps and play, right? He started crying, right? He broke out and started crying. I said, what's wrong with these kids? You can't even get them to go outside sometime to play, right? He started crying, right? I said, wow, when we were kids, you couldn't keep us from outside. We would stay outside all day long and play. See, these kids never had a childhood. This is the thing. Our generation today, they never had a chance to be a child, man. Because they're growing up fast with these cell phones, folks. They never had a chance to be a kid. And this is what's, it's making the kids mature faster. You know what I mean? Yes, it's making them. Welcome in, blessed woman. I see you, Pango. Yes, I can't pronounce your name, but blessed woman, I see you. Yes, woman of faith. Appreciate you coming in. Yes. Yes, we're talking about technology because this technology is really taking over our universe, our world. And parents, we're going to have to, we're going to really have to start sitting down and talking to our kids, folks. Because if we don't, they're not going to have anything to, no motor skills, no nothing, man. Because they don't know how to communicate with each other. Welcome in, Sammy. I see you. I see you, Sammy. They don't even know how to communicate, folks. And this is another thing they have took. You know how we used to do cursive writing in school? They have taken that away from schools, folks, to cursive writing. They don't even have that in school anymore. So what are they teaching our kids in these schools, though? This is what I want to know. They don't do the cursive writing no more. So what type of writing do they do? See, our kids, they're going to see. This is what I'm saying. I think their growth has been stunted, folks. In our youth today, their growth has been stunted. Yes, because of this new technology, it's taking a lot of things away from our youth, folks. Like I said, it's taking their motor skills away. They don't know how to communicate with people. Like I said, when you go in a room full of people, man, all you see is everybody on their cell phones. This is what you see, folks. When you go in, if you walk into a room, nobody's talking to nobody no more, man. Nobody's communicating. This is with grown people too. I remember I went to a Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody's sitting at the table like this. Just like this, folks. Head down and the cell phone. I said, wow. I said, what is this world turning into, folks? This cell phone has gone far too far, man. We're going to have to ease up on this thing or something, man, because this cell phone has got people wrapped around, it's wrapped around. Yeah, man, it's weird, man. It's weird. Because we was kids, we would stay outside all day long and play, man. We would play. And see, these kids never had a chance to do this, folks. Because all they know, they had a cell phone stuck in their hand, folks. And an iPad, a tablet. This is all they know. So they don't know how to go outside and play games like we used to do. We used to make up games. We used to do things. We had all kinds of motor skills when we were coming up, folks. We had this. But this generation here will never know anything about that, folks. Unless somebody tell them, This is what I'm saying. Well, Jared Banks said, my niece on their phones when they get home from school. My nephews on tablet. Yeah, this is all they do. And see, these kids, they sit on these things all day long, man. And this is not good, We have to slow our kids down with these things, man. Because my grandson tried to do that mess. He was on his tablet and he wanted to stay on there for 4 or 5 hours, So, I told him, when you come to my house, I'm going to let you get on it for maybe 2 hours at a time. Then I'm going to let you rest, and we're going to learn how to do your ABCs or something like that. See, I have to be the teacher, because I don't know what they're teaching these kids in school today. But I know they're not teaching them the right things, because I did a video on that a little while back. Yeah, they're not teaching them the right things that they really need to know, folks. But as I said, this technology is out of hand, folks. I say it's taking over the universe, folks. And we need to get a handle on this thing. I mean, us as parents and grandparents, we need to have a talk with our youth, folks. Like your grandkids, your kids. Let them know, there's other things to do, You don't have to stay on that phone all day long. You can go outside and play a game and do something, So you got to teach these kids, man, because they don't know, man. Like I said, they took all this stuff out of schools. They don't have home economics or none of that stuff in school no more. See, I think all of this stuff was done on purpose, folks, to dumb our kids down, people. This is what I think. I think it was all done by design. Yeah, I really do. Because they're trying to dumb our kids down, people. And this is not good for our kids, folks, because our kids are going to grow up with nothing in their heads, people. And we don't want this. No, we don't want this. No, we don't. Come on in, people. Come on in. I'm trying to give some more people time to come in so we can get down. Sammy Thomas said, Joe Biden is about to replace dollars with a digital banking. Yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff getting ready to occur, Sammy. Really, it's a lot of things that's getting ready to change up. But like I said, we were already warned about the things. The Bible tells us, folks, that all of these days were coming. So, let's just keep ourselves prayed up. This is what we do in this time, in this hour, folks. Just stay prayed up. Because we already know what's coming. So, hey, it's nothing to worry about. Don't let it alarm you. Because it was foretold to us. So, hey. But what I'm talking about today is this technology, folks. I would say this technology is really ruining our youth, folks. I'm not trying to bash anything or anybody, but, when you look around, man, what do you see? This is all you see today in technology. I would say the cell phones are raising our kids, folks. The cell phones, the laptops, the iPads, all of this, the tablets. This is what's raising our kids. Because I've seen parents do this, folks, to small kids. I seen a lady one day. She took and gave her son this little iPad and said, "You go sit in the corner. Oh, get out my face," and all this. See, parents, they rely on this to babysit their kids. See, they know this is the resource for them, to get them out of their way, right? Some kids, we aggravated sometimes. So the parents say, "Here, take your iPhone or something like that and go over there and play with it." And the parents are not monitoring these kids or anything. Some of these kids, they'll sit on these things for hours, man. Hours and hours and hours. This is not a good thing. Like I said, these kids don't have any type of motor skills or anything, folks. They're not learning anything from these schools, man, because the teachers are not teaching these kids the correct things that they need to know. And a lot of the things they have taken away from schools, folks. Like I said, they've taken cursive writing out of schools. They've taken home economics, all of the shop classes, and all of the stuff that we had when we were growing up is now removed from the schools, folks. They don't have none of this stuff in the schools no more. It's all gone, folks. And I'm wondering, why did they take all this stuff away from schools? It's like they doing this stuff on purpose or by design, folks. It's like they trying to bring harm to our kids, folks. Yes, but I know what it is. Like I said, it all was This stuff was all planned by design, folks. You know, to dumb us down, folks, dumb our kids down. See, like I said, this generation here has a target on their back anyway. You know, they're after after this generation, because they know this generation is our future, folks. And you know, like I said, parents, if you have a chance, please talk with your kids and let them know, you know, it's other things to do besides being on a cell phone or a laptop all day long, folks. You know, for one thing, this is not good for your eyes and stuff like that. That'll mess your eyesight up if you're sitting here looking at the screen all day long. And some of these kids, it seems like they're being hypnotized by these things, folks. These things are hypnotizing our kids, folks. This is why we're seeing a lot of this chaos out here, folks. Kids are seeing this stuff from these video games, and then they're going out here in real life wanting to demonstrate these things, folks. Yes, all of this shooting and all that kind of stuff on these video games. Then your kids want to go out and try this stuff in real life to see whether it's really real, folks. Like I said, this new stuff is putting a damper on our kids, folks, on our youth. Yes, it's really putting a damper on them. Welcome in, Shay Love. I see you. Appreciate you coming in. Welcome in, Sammy Thomas. Welcome in, Corey C2. I see you. Yeah, Corey, I was checking out your video this morning, man. What was that in the sky that you was looking at, man? I couldn't really make it out. But you was showing something in the sky this morning. What was that? Corey? Sammy Thomas said, I'm so excited to meet the King of King and Lord of Lords. Yes, we all going to meet him one day. Yes, we are. We all going to meet him. Jared Banks said, if we tell them something, they get mad at us sometimes. Yeah, see that? Well, that's another thing. See, these kids of today, of this generation, they don't want to listen to no one. And that's another problem that we have. You know, these kids are hard-headed, man. It seems like a lot of times when you really try to sit down and talk with them, they want to catch your attitude. When you're you're only trying to tell them something that's going to help them in the long run. But, you know, these kids of today, they think they know everything, but they really don't know anything. Like I said, they don't even have motor skills, man. And I've seen this, the attitude thing, man. If you say anything to these youth today, they'll catch a quick attitude and snap on you just like that. You could be telling them something that's very helpful to them, you know. They got an attitude problem. But like I said, man, this stuff is crazy, man, because when I was coming up back in the 70s, 80s, we had a beautiful time, man, because we didn't have all this new technology out here, folks. We had things that we could go outside, we could make up our own little games and do this and do that. You know, us as little boys, we would be outside shooting marbles and things like that, playing Scully, you know, playing hide and go seek, different things like that. But I mean, in this society today, I don't see the kids doing anything like we did when we was coming up, folks. You know, these kids are growing up too fast. They're growing up with these cell phones. The cell phones is raising these kids, folks. This is what's going on. The cell phones and the laptops are raising our kids. And we should get a handle on this thing. You know, like I said, if you have small kids, you know, try to lead them and guide them in the right direction. Let them know they don't need to be on these cell phones and you know, tablets and things all day long, because it's not good for them. You know, I'm not against these video games, but I think the parents should really monitor their kids when they're playing these games, man, because some of these games are really something, man. I've seen them. You know, they're doing a lot of shooting and murdering on these games, man. You see, these kids, they really think this stuff is real, man. And then they want to go outside and experiment and see whether it's real. They might get a hold of a gun or something and go out and start shooting at somebody. See, and we see this stuff going on every day, man. See, this new technology has put a big influence on our youth, folks. Yes, it has put a big influence on our youth. And we're going to have to slow this thing down. Corey, you said so-called UFO. I was looking at but according to the Bible, they are chariots. Yeah, man, I've been seeing a lot of funny things in the sky too, man. I mean, I can't even, you know, like now I don't even see stars no more. When I look in the sky at night, I just see like little white things moving around. I don't see stars. I be looking for the stars. and I don't never see stars. I remember when I was coming up, man, you could look up in the sky and you see a million stars up there. But now something's going on up there. Yeah, something is definitely going on up in that sky, folks. I don't know what they're doing, but something is not right in that sky. Sammy Thomas said, these times were told to us in the, yeah. But yeah, we, like I said on yesterday, we were told about these times what's going to come. So, I mean, don't let it alarm you, just keep yourself prayed up, Yeah, keep yourself built up in the Lord, folks. That's all. That's all you have to do. But yeah, this new technology, man, is something, because every time you look up, and I see people, let me tell you something, folks. I see people walking down the street. Let's just take a look. Like that, with the head down, not worrying about anything, man. Do you know somebody can walk up and kill you? You got your head stuck down in a phone? Come on. See, these phones has really messed up the minds of people, man. These phones are doing some real damage out here. I mean, the cell phones are good to have, man, but you have to know how to use these phones, man. You got to know when to hold and when to fold, as Kenny Rogers said. Yes, you have to know when to hold and when to fold. I mean, anything can be abusive if you abuse it. And our kids are really abusing these cell phones, tablets, and what have you, folks. And I mean, it has really put a damper on things, man. It really has. Because when I look around, man, the kids are not learning anything in these schools, because they're not, in these schools, they're not teaching our kids the proper things that they need to know, folks. I'm serious. They are not teaching these kids what they need to know. And they took a lot of things from our school systems. They've taken out all the shop classes, home economics. All of this stuff has been removed, man. But like I said, all of this stuff has been done by design people. It's like everything that they do is for our downfall, people. Yes, it's all for our downfall. It's nothing that they're doing that's good for us. And but that's, this is just the way it is, folks. This is the real fact truth. This is just the way it is. And, we're going to just have to, we'll have to buckle down and start letting our kids know, and our youth, folks, put the cell phones down for a while, folks. Tell them to put those phones down, go outside and play some games, do something, constructive. Because these cell phones are going to lead our kids into a lot of trouble out here. Yes, lots of trouble. And I'm so sorry that they ever put these, these video games out, man. These video games are very, very dangerous, man. Detrimental to your kids, folks. And I'm going to let you know, please, parents, monitor your kids, folks. Because some of these games that I have seen, they are right for older people. But I'm saying the youth, they don't need to be playing these type of games, man. Because, like I said, if they see these games, they're going to want to go out here and experiment. Because they see all this shooting and killing and stuff. Then they want to go out here and try this. We see it happening every day, folks. Yes. Every day. When they see all this shooting and killing, they want to go out and do it. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you coming in. Come on in. Jared Banks said, yes, they be firing teachers for things, no reason. Yeah. See, they don't care, man. And see, a lot of these teachers in these schools, they are not even concerned about your kids. A lot of these people are just there for paychecks. They're not concerned about your kids' well-being, folks. Some of these teachers. Like I said, when you're working in places like this, you have to have compassion. You have to have love in your heart, folks. You got to be really concerned about what you're doing and helping someone. You just can't have that I don't care attitude, because no, that's not what you need when you're working in that type of field. You got to have that love in your heart. Yes, because, man, this is what these kids need, man. They need somebody to love them and talk to them, folks. This is what the kids need today, man. And I try to spend as much time with some of the youth as I can, and let them know how to live their lives out here, man, because the world is not going to show them how to live their life. All the world is going to do is lead these kids to destruction. Yes, to destruction. Samuel Thomas said, I'm going to be honest. I'm a game freak, but I take a break for a good 2 hours. See, but I'm not talking about grown people. I mean, it's fine for a grown up to play these games. But I think that what I'm saying is the parents should always monitor their kids and see what type of games that they're buying out here and what kind of games that they're playing on these what's the names? You know, they got to see what they're doing and what they're playing out here, because you don't know what your kid is playing on this internet. You don't know what they're doing. We have to monitor our kids 24/7, folks. You just can't let your kids go out here and run wild. This is one of the biggest problems that we have now, because people are not raising their kids up right these days, folks. People are just letting their kids run wild out here. And we can't let our youth run wild. Like I said, it starts at home, folks, the parents. Yes, I'm going to give the charge to the parents, because the parents are supposed to raise the kid. If you're the parent, you're supposed to let them know right from wrong, or what to do and what not to do. This is our job as parents. We got to let them know. Well, if you see them playing one of these games, look, I don't think that's appropriate for you, or something like that. You know, you got to let them know, man, because they're getting their heads are being filled with a lot of stuff that's not good for them, and it's going to ruin them in the long run, folks. This is what I'm saying. This technology is ruining our kids. Yes, it's ruining our kids out here, folks. And we're not keeping an eye on what's going on. We're not sitting down talking with our kids, which we should always do. Because I have 5 grandsons. I got 5 grandsons and a granddaughter. So I got 6 grandkids. And, I try to talk to each one of them, and let them know different things, different little things that they need to know. I put nuggets on them, and let them know this is what you do, such and such and such and such, don't do this and such and such. I tell them different things, because in these schools, the teachers are not going to, your teachers are not going to tell these kids anything. Because like I had did a video a while back, and I found out that they were passing kids through the system with bad grades because they just wanted to get rid of them, That's another thing that I didn't like about the school system, man, because the school system were out here doing some dirty things too. Why would they pass your kid through the system knowing that they have bad grades just to get rid of them? And this stuff been going on for a while. This stuff is still under investigation right now. Yes. They passed, it was so many thousands of kids. Yeah. They passed the kids right on through the system, folks. Jared said, got kids having kids. Yes, that's the thing, Jared. Hey, I'm glad you said that. Yes, they got kids out here having kids. And that's a very dangerous combination. See, the kids that's having these kids, they haven't even grown up themselves. I mean, they might be grown in age, but this up here haven't even developed. They haven't fully developed. And you said the right thing, Jared. I like that. Yeah, you said the right thing, because, yeah, it's a lot of young parents out here, and they don't even know how to raise these kids, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of people have no business having kids, because they're still kids themselves in their mind. Their minds haven't fully developed. Some of these grown people still act like kids out here. Yeah. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's true. Yeah. And Jared said, I have 4 nieces and 2 nephews. Yeah, I got so many nieces and nephews. But I try my best to talk to them. I do my best. But a lot of times, sometimes they don't want to hear it, man. And I understand that too, because I was once a teenager myself, so I know the situation that they're going through. But the peer pressure that they're going through is much harder than the peer pressure that we were dealing with when we were coming up. See, I'm 64 years old. So the time that I was coming up, maybe y'all don't know nothing about, Because I know a lot of y'all on here are a lot younger than me. But, you know, I had a great time when I was coming up, man, because I'm happy for the time that I was brought up in, man. Because if I had to live in this generation, I don't know, man. Because I kind of feel bad for this generation, man, because they're not being taught anything. Like I said, this technology have grabbed them, has taken a hold of our generation, folks. This new technology, the cell phones, the laptops, the tablets. These kids don't know nothing about anything else. See, like I said, these tablets and cell phones are raising our kids, man. They are actually raising our kids, because this is all our kids know, folks. Like I said, they don't have any communication skills. They don't have any motor skills. I mean, like I said, when you walk in a room, what do you see, folks? I mean, be honest, folks. This is what you see when you walk in a room. Everybody's like this. Everybody like this. Nobody's talking to nobody. Nobody's communicating with nobody. This is what you see when you walk into a room. Yes, everybody's on the cell phone. Nobody's talking. I mean, this is the thing. Our youth, they're being stripped. They're being stripped. Their communication skills are being stripped from them because of this new technology, folks. These cell phones has stripped these from our kids, folks. I don't like it, man, because these kids are not going to know anything, folks. They don't know nothing, man. And like I said, in these schools, they have taken everything out of the schools, people. When we were coming up, they had home economics, they had the shop classes, all of this. We had all of this stuff in schools, man. We had trade schools and all. I mean, you can barely find any of this stuff in any schools now, man. They have stripped the schools down bare naked, folks. They don't want the kids to learn anything. This was all done by design, folks. Yes, it's all done by design. It's not a coincidence. All of this stuff is done by design, people. It was planned to be done. Listen to me carefully now. Yes, it was planned. Welcome in, April Showers. I see you. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you coming in. Sammy Thomas said, but some parents don't mind their kids staying on games if it will keep them out of the streets. Yeah, I mean, that's not a good reason, but I understand what you're saying, right? But I've seen parents give the kids the games and just to get them out of their face. I've seen it happen, man. I've seen a lady told her kids, here, take this and go over there and play. And this little kid was on this game for 3 or 4 hours, man, without stopping. Do you know what this stuff can do to your mind? When you're just sitting there staring into a screen, do you know what it can do? Man, it's not no good. Like I said, this technology, man, it has stripped our kids down bare naked, folks. Yes, it has stripped them down, people. But, like I said, it was all planned by design, folks. They want to dummy our kids down, folks. This is what they want to do, folks. And this is what they're doing. Yes, this is what they're doing. See, it comes a time and a place when we have to step in, and start talking to these kids and slowing this stuff down, folks. We can't just let this stuff go on and don't have no solution for it, folks. We have to find a solution. Yes, we already know the problem, but it's time to find a solution now. Yes, we have to find a solution. And like I said, I spend as much time as I can with my grandkids. I try to show them the right things to do. And I tell them, do not be on these games all day long. Do not be on these cell phones all day long. I let them know this. I say, I don't care what you do when you're with your parents, but when you come to my house, you're not going to be on that cell phone all day long. I let them know, no, when you come to my house, it's going to be a whole different deal. I don't care what you do at home or what your parents tell you, but when you with grandpa, you're going to do what he tell you to do. Yes. This is what you have to do. You have to talk to your kids. You have to talk to the youth. You have to let them know. You have to let them know right from wrong. what to do and what not to do. Like I told you, they have to know when to hold and when to fold, folks. We have to teach these kids this because nobody else is going to teach them if we don't teach them. Like I said, all of this starts at home. I'm going to charge the parents with this, folks. I have to, because this is where it starts at. It starts at home. And like I said, a lot of these parents are letting their kids run wild or they buck wild. I've seen kids outside 12 o'clock at night running around. I mean, kids like 10, 11 years old outside at night, man. I'm like, where's the parents at? Where are the parents? Who's letting these kids run around this time of night? Who's watching these kids? See, the parents out here today, the parents of today, they need to be much more responsible than they are, folks, because they're not showing no kind of responsibility out here, folks. Yes, they have to be held accountable. Sammy Thomas said, this generation is spoiled. Yes, they're spoiled brats, some of them. Yes, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Miss April Shower said, you are correct, Steve. It was built by design to destroy our children. Yes, everything that's going on was built by design, folks, to destroy our youth. And we see it happening every day right in front of our faces, folks. This is why they made these old video games, all the shooting and killing going on. They made these games for our youth, folks. They targeting our youth, folks. This is what they're doing with this new technology out here, folks. They're targeting this youth because they know this generation is our future, folks. And they want to tear down this generation. Yes, this is what they want to do, folks. It's all done by design, folks. Don't let nobody tell you anything different, people. All of this stuff is done by design. It didn't just happen by mistake. It just didn't happen by coincidence. No, it's all done by design, people. Yes, this is what's happening out here in this world, people. Everything that they do is done by design. They want everything that they do is for our downfall, people. They don't want nothing good for us out here. Nothing. And that goes for the grown-ups, too. Things that they do to us is done by design, folks. Yes, done by design. April Shower said, give a kid a video game, keep them in their room. I've seen parents do this. They do this to get the kid out of their face. And I say, this is a terrible way to live. I've seen it happen. I've seen parents give them, just give the kids the game just to get them away from them. So they can finish partying over here and doing what they're doing, They don't want the kid around them. Go take this game and go in your room. They can stay in that room for 5-6 hours. Parents don't even care. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. No, this is not right, folks. We must get a handle on things, folks. We must find some type of solution. Yes, solutions are what we're looking for, folks. Answers are what we're looking for. This is what we need, answers and solutions for the problems that are going on in this today's society with our youth, folks. That was the title of my message, folks. Is technology taking over this universe? Yes, it is. I would say, yes, it is, people. It has already taken over, folks. Everything is technology now. Everything. Everything is new technology. Push a button here. Touch that over there. Push this over here. But that's, it's the way the world turns, folks. Like I said, our world has shifted. We're in a new dimension, folks. Yes, this world has shifted 365 degrees, folks. And we didn't even feel it when it shifted, did we? Yeah, we didn't even feel it. Sammy Thomas said, you got to be careful nowadays. These kids will put a gun on you in a heartbeat. Now, Sammy Thomas, you are exactly right. They will kill you. See, I don't know what's going through these kids' minds, folks. These kids will kill you. Sometimes you might be talking as nice as possible to them, but you don't know what is going on at that particular time in their minds. And they might just blast on you for talking to them. But you're right, Sam. You got to be careful how you even approach the youth today. Because, like I said, all this stuff is in their minds, man. These video games. And they want to see how tough they are, from watching these games, They want to show their toughness, how bad they are. See, this is what the video games do to these kids. They want them to keep their reputation up. I'm going to go shoot somebody up now because I've seen this video game. This is what's happening, man. It's hypnotizing our kids, folks. These video games are hypnotizing our kids, causing them to go out here into this world and do damage. And we must find a solution, folks. We must find a solution. We already know the problem. Now it's time to find a solution. Mr. Jared Banks said, yeah. Can you do nothing? He said, yeah. Can't do nothing, anything by hand. Right. See, they don't know how to use their hands because they wasn't taught this. See, when we was growing up, we would make up games out there. We would play games. We would make up all kind of games. Yeah. See, we were handy with our hands. We were growing up. We was taught these things. But now, like I said, when I look around, I don't even see kids outside playing together anymore. I mean, really, like we used to do when we would come out, I don't even see it, man. All I see is young kids with cell phones in their hands. I've seen kids as young as 3 years old with a cell phone, folks. Yeah. And the parents think this is cute. You know, oh, look at him. He know how to work the cell phone. That's not cute. All you're doing is putting your kids right into this matrix. That's all you're doing. You think it's cute. You're sitting back laughing. See, like I said, sometimes some of the parents are just as ignorant as more than the kids are. And they think it's something cute. It's not cute. It's time to get a handle on things. Sammy Thomas said, Steve, we are heading towards a digital society. Yes, we are. Like I said before, they're slowly ushering in the one world order, the one world system, folks. When you look around, you're going to see the one world order going to be right here in front of us, folks. And we're going to wonder how it got here. This is what they're working on as we speak. The one world order, folks. This is why you're seeing all of this stuff. The Phoenicians are back, people. Y'all might have heard me talking about this a while back, about the Phoenicians with the purple. This is why you're seeing purple everywhere. You're going to start seeing a lot of purple everywhere, people. But that's another subject, though. Yeah, you're going to start seeing purple everywhere. People are going to be wearing purple. That's to signify who they're working for, people. Not everybody, but the higher-ups. The higher-ups. Put it that way. Who's this? Welcome in, welcome in. Jared Banks said, and they want be famous being rappers. Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. They got our kids all going in the wrong direction. And we all see what's happening to these rappers out here, folks. They're dying like flies out here. Yeah, they're dying like flies. Because they're working for the powers that be. That's why they're dying. The powers that be are telling these rappers what to do. This is why they're putting out this music, folks. See, it's not the rappers. It's the industry, folks. The industry is telling these rappers what type of music that they want to push on our youth out here, folks. Yes, it's not the rappers. Listen to what I'm saying. It's the industry. They're telling them what type of music to put out here. Yeah, they're telling them to put this out. See, they're trying to mess our kids' minds up, folks. And they're doing a good job at it. Yes, I'm going to say it. They're doing a darn good job at it, folks. And it really kind of pisses me off, man. They're doing everything under the sun to destroy our youth, people. Everything. They haven't done one good thing towards our youth that I have seen. Nothing, man. They're putting all of this bad music in their face. They're putting all these bad video games in their face. Everything is bad that they're giving to these youth, man. Everything that they're presenting to our youth is bad for them, people. This is why I say it starts at home, folks. Parents, please monitor what your kids are watching, what your kids are listening to, and all above, folks. Because, if we don't get a handle on this thing, this generation is going to be lost, folks. Yes, if we don't get a handle on this thing now, this is going to be a lost generation. I hate to say this, but it's a fact truth, folks. Because we see what's happening every day in society, folks. Like I said, they already got a hold on our kids with these cell phones, folks. Like I said, when you walk into these establishments, this is all you see. Everybody's on their phone. Nobody's talking to each other. Nobody knows how to communicate anymore to each other. Everybody's on their phones. No motor skills. No nothing, man. These people don't know anything, man. And we have to put a stop to this. We have to find a solution, folks. Yes, we know the problem. Now it's time for us to find a solution. Like I said, it starts at home, man. And these, parents, and we have a lot of young parents. Like I said, we have a lot of young parents that don't know anything about raising kids. See, like the other guy said, like Bank said earlier, we got kids out here raising kids. Now, how's a kid going to raise another kid? I wonder, how's a kid going to raise a kid? Because I've seen some of the parents act just as childish as the kids. Yes, I've seen it happen, man. I've seen mothers wanting to be friends with their daughters. You can't, see, when you're a parent, you have to be a parent, not a friend. No, you can't be a friend to your kid. You have to be a parent to your kid. See, if you're a friend, your friend might cuss you out or something, or might want to fight you. Yeah, if you want to be a friend of your kids, this is what's going to happen. See, they're going to get big and bad one day and say, oh, you think you something out, then they're going to fight you. I've seen all of this stuff happen, man. I've seen it happen too many times. Good morning, Debbie Mosley. I see you, Deborah Mosley. Thank you for coming in. Sammy Thomas said October the 1st, Starbucks is going cashless. I did a video on that, Sammy Thomas. October the 1st, yes. Starbucks is going cashless, folks. See, we're going to see a lot of this stuff. This fall, a whole lot of things are going to change, folks. A whole lot of things. But as I said before, we were already warned in the book that these days were coming, people. So don't let it alarm you, people. Just keep yourself prayed up, folks. That's my advice. Stay prayed up. Sammy Thomas said so true. Hey, Debbie, everybody speaking. Jared Banks said facts. Yeah, it's facts, man. Because people better wake up out here, man, and start getting a handle on these youths, man. Because these youths are getting out of control out here, folks. And the youth is the majority of the people that are dying out here, folks. It's the youth. It's not the old people dying out here. It's the youth that are dying out here in these streets, people. And it's all because of the influence that society has a hold on them, man. This is all because of the stuff that the society have laid upon these kids, folks. Yes, these video games are dangerous. They're wicked, man. They're tearing your kids' minds apart, folks. This is why I said we need to get a hold on these things, folks. We need to nip this stuff in the bud, folks. When we see it happening, tell the kids, look, why don't you play another game or something? This is not good for you. You got to sit down and explain these things to people. Because even if they get mad at you, you still have to let them know. This is not good for you. Say, look, why don't you get another game to play with or something, or do something else, because once this stuff is instilled into their minds, believe me, they're going to go out here and they're going to try it on somebody. And I'm seeing a lot of this today. See, these youth, they don't mind killing you, man. I'm going to tell you, they don't mind killing you. See, the youth up to date, they don't have no fear of nobody, people. Listen to me carefully. They don't fear nothing. This youth of today don't fear nobody and nothing. They will shoot you just as soon as they look at you. This is what they're carrying around in these book bags, folks. When you see them walking around with book bags on their back, they got guns in those bags, man. This is what they have in these book bags, folks. Guns. And we have to get a handle on this thing, man. Because I asked the guy, I said, what you got in that bag, right? He said, I got my stick in this bag, right? I said, your stick? But then I caught on to what he was saying, right? When you see these guys walking around with these book bags, these youth, these young guys, they got guns in them, man. Because it happened right here in my city. Yeah, it happened right here in my city. A guy, one of the squeegee guys who ran up to your car and tried to clean your windows, he pulled the gun out of his bag, right? And shot a man, killed him. This happened in my city last month, folks. Yeah, killed him. See, that's what I'm saying. These youth, they don't hesitate, man. They'll go ahead and put a bullet in you just like that. Quarter Clubhouse, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you for showing up. Thank you. Sammy Thomas said, this is because of all these social media phones. Yes, this stuff is very addictive, folks. These cell phones, the laptops, the tablets, all of this stuff is addictive, people. It's even addictive to the grown people. Of course, I think I'm addicted. I'm going to be honest, folks. Right now, I think I'm addicted. I'll be the first one to say. I'm not addicted, but it seems like it's kind of hard sometimes for me to get away from this phone, folks. See, when they made this technology, they knew what they were doing, people. They knew they was going to get they knew they was going to get a hold of all of us, folks. See, one thing about the powers that be, they study us. They study the humans, man. They study the minds of the humans. They've been studying this stuff for years and decades, folks, before they put these phones out, because they knew what these phones were going to do to us, folks. They knew it, but, like I said, all this stuff has been done by design, folks. They knew what the cell phone was going to do to us. They knew that we were going to be addicted to these phones. We can't put them down for 5 seconds. Say, for instance, okay, you leave your cell phone in the house. You're going to go back and get it. If you get in your car, you get halfway around the corner, and you figure out, oh, I left my phone in the house. You're going to go back and get that phone. Am I right or wrong, folks? And I know some people sleep with the phone right beside the bed, man. And you're not supposed to have those phones that close to you, because those phones are spitting off 5G that causes all kind of diseases, cancer, and all other things, folks. But some people sleep with the phone in the bed with them, folks. Yes, this stuff is dangerous out here, man. And this 5G is very dangerous. This is what's coming from these phones, people. 5G. Yes, 5G, folks. And this stuff will kill you. It will kill you. It will cause you to have a bad case of cancer or some other type of disease, folks. Sammy Thomas said the game GTA 5 kids love that game. I've seen all these games out here, man. And the majority of these games are dangerous, man, for young kids to be playing, man. These games are very addictive and they're very dangerous. Yes, they are very dangerous to this society, folks. Like I said, once these kids keep playing these games every day, this stuff is getting into their psyche. It's getting into their psyche, man. It's getting into their minds. And then they want to go out and try this stuff in real life, people. Yes, this is what's going on. They want to go out here in real life and try this out. And this is why we're seeing a lot of this murdering and killing going on, man, because people are just walking around shooting people, man, for no reason. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff going on all around the world, folks. Because this is something they've seen on one of these games, man. They want to try out their new AK-47, folks. They want to try it out on you. Yeah. They want to try out their Magnum, huh? Anything they got. They want to try it out and see if it really works like it works on that game. This is what they're instilling into our kids' minds, folks. This stuff will, look, I'm telling you, these games will hypnotize your kids, folks. These kids are being hypnotized with these games. Yes. Every day they're being hypnotized. I've seen the kids, man. They be so into these games, you call them, they don't even hear you, man. Hey, over there. They don't hear you. Their minds are stuck into that game, man. This is where their minds at. Yes. This is sad, man. This is very, very sad. Jared Banks said guns in schools, churches, everywhere. And that's what I said. The guns are everywhere now. It's not safe nowhere, man. Nowhere you go, you're not safe. In the church. And I thought, out of all things, I thought the church would be the safest place you would be. But not no more. Church ain't even safe. You can get blasted right in the church real quick. Because now people are walking into churches. They're robbing people in churches. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They're walking in, shooting people up in churches, robbing these churches. People are shooting up malls. You're not safe going to a mall no more. You're not safe going to a grocery store anymore. All kind of stuff is going on out here, man. You're not safe nowhere, man. Nowhere. This is why I tell people to stay prayed up. Yes, you have to stay prayed up. Keep that protection around you, folks. Keep that protection of God around you. Keep yourself covered under that blood, folks. This is what you need. Be covered. Yeah, folks, this new technology out here today, we must find a solution, folks, because this technology is taking over, folks. It's taking over our kids' minds, people. It's putting our kids in harm's way. It's putting a lot of people in harm's way. You know, like I said, when these kids get this stuff in their minds and into their psyche, hey, the next thing you know, they're going to go out here and try it on someone. And we're seeing a lot of this each and every day, folks. Every day. Sammy Thomas said, this is my point, Steve. Be very careful how you approach these kids now. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. You have to be careful. And I know exactly what you're talking about, Sammy. You have to be careful. You could be the nicest person on earth. But sometimes that doesn't even matter to them. You know, it doesn't matter to them how nice you are. Because they don't know what nice is. They don't have no type of conscience. They don't care about anybody. They don't fear anybody. These youth today, they don't care. Like I said, they don't fear nothing out here. The youth, they're not scared of you. They're not scared of me. They're not scared of the police. They're not scared of nothing, folks. This is what's going on. And you see how they're controlling themselves out here in the world, right? You see how they're carrying themselves. They'll shoot you. They'll shoot me. They'll shoot the police. They don't care about nobody. This is just a mindset that they have. See, we will have to change this around, folks. These youth are going to have a different mindset. This is where it started, in their minds, folks. Their mindset is off. Yes, their mindset is way off, people. Yes. April Salve said everyone needs to hear this. Go ahead, share. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Showers. Gerard Banks said they don't know what. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that, Jared. Hey, they don't know what love is, man. And you're absolutely right about that. I mean, some grown people don't even know what love is, let alone the youth. And I'm glad that you said that, because there is no more love in this world, folks. The love has been taken from this world. All the peace and love has been taken. Yeah, it's in Revelation 6, 3 and 4, folks. That's what it says. The peace has been removed from this earth, and for each other to kill one another. That's what it says in Revelation 6, 3 and 4, I believe. Yeah, go check it out. There's no more peace on this earth, people. And to add with it, they're jamming this stuff in our kids' faces every day. These video games, these cell phones, folks, this drill rap music. They destroying our youth, folks. And they're doing it fast, at a very fast pace. They're destroying the youth with this stuff, man. They shoving it in their face every day. They're not letting up, they're not lightening up, they're not giving up, man. They just pushing it. Now, like I said, I'm not prejudiced or anything, man. But one thing about it, when you go into the white communities, you don't hear this music being pushed like that. No, they're pushing it in the lower class communities, people. This is what they're doing. They're pushing it in the lower class communities. They're pushing this music. They're pushing these video games. All of this foolishness, man. Because they want to destroy our youth. And they're doing a good job at it. Yes, they are. Miss April Shower said, please join us at 12 for Miss April Shower said, please join us at 12 for show discussion. Tiffany and Aries. Yes, we'll be there, Miss Showers, hopefully. Yes. Hope everybody go over there and check her out at 12 and see what she's talking about. Because I know she always have interesting conversations over there on her channel. So I'm going to try to get over there and help her out a little bit, if I can. Welcome in Moments of Peace with Vanessa. Appreciate you showing up. Sammy Thomas said the energy is not playing with us. Yes, the energy is not playing with us, man. About seeking someone to devour. Yes, and that's the truth. And this stuff is ramped up even more, folks. Yes, the enemy is on his job out here, and he's doing it. He's doing it well. Every day, this is all we see, folks. All day, every day. When you turn on the news, you already know what to look for. You already know what to expect, folks. Who shot John? This is what you're going to hear. As soon as you turn that news on, who shot John? Who got murdered today? This is what it's all about on the news now. Yeah. Who shot this person? Who killed that person? Who murdered that person? Who carjacked this person? There's nothing good going on in this world right now, people. Nothing good going on in this world. It's nothing. Like I said, the peace and love has been taken from this world. There's nothing good going on in this world. Men are waxing cold out here in this world, people. It's time for us to step up, folks. Yes, it's time for us to step up. Like I said, we got to get a handle on our youth. And that's just the bottom line, folks. We got to get a handle on this thing. But as I always say, it starts at home, folks. And I have to charge the parents with this because the parents are supposed to lead and guide their kids. They're supposed to raise their kids up right. Even the Bible will tell you that. If you rear a kid right, he might stray away, but he will always come back. Yeah, but from what I'm seeing today in this society, the parents are not even raising their kids, man. The kids are raising themselves, folks. And the cell phones are raising our kids out here today and our grandkids. This is who's raising our kids. The parents are not doing a good job at raising these kids, folks. I hate to say it this way, but it's true, folks. They're not doing a great job at it. No. Not at all. And, and the majority of the music that our kids are listening to out here, man, it's no good, man. This drill music is destroying our kids, man. Because they want to imitate these rappers. They want to emulate and imitate the rappers. So you can't do what you see these rappers do. They got money out here. They got money. Some of them. Some of them is fake. But a lot of them got money. And see, the youth, they want to be like the rappers, They want to walk around with their gold chains on, stacks of money up to here. Now, how ignorant is that? Why would you get on camera showing this kind of money? See, they making the kids do some ignorant things out here, folks. Like I said, they are brainwashing our youth, folks. They are brainwashing us and our kids, folks. Now, you got a stack of money this high. That money is not even real. I've seen it. Because I know a guy who do movies. And he showed me the fake money. It looked real. He had a whole stack of fake money like this that he uses in his movies. That money is not real. When you see these guys on here with the stacks of money, that stuff is not real. That's just a prop. It's prop money. They got prop money. They got prop guns, all of that, man. None of this stuff is real. See, all of this stuff is an illusion, folks. To fool our kids, folks. All of this stuff is a big illusion. It's nothing but smoke and mirrors, people. That's all it is, smoke and mirrors. But don't be fooled, folks. Don't be fooled. See, our kids, they just keep falling for the banana and the tailpipe, folks. They keep falling for this mess because they don't know no better. That's why I said it's up to the parents to raise your kids. Talk to your kids. Sit down and explain to your kids, what to do and what not to do. What's right from wrong, folks. These kids don't know what love is all about. Nobody never taught them what love is. They've never been taught these things. And I don't blame, I don't blame a lot of these things on the youth. I don't blame it on them because they don't know any better, man. It's up to us to train these kids and show these kids the right way, folks. If we can get a handle on them. Like the other guy said, you have to be very careful sometimes how you approach some of these youths out here because their minds are gone, man. They don't care about you. They're not scared of you. They'll blast on you as quick as you look at them. So it's a very difficult situation when you look at it because you got to be careful how you really approach them because they might like what you're saying to them at that moment and go ahead and blast you, shoot you right there on the spot. So you do have to be careful about what you're saying to the youth out here. But we must get a handle on these things, folks, because we can't let our kids keep going down this road, folks. We can't let them keep going down this road. We have to try to slow this thing down, at least slow it down. If we can't stop it, we have to slow it down just a tad bit, folks. Yeah, we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere and find some type of solution. Because like I said, we already know what the problem is. So now it's time to work on a solution. And I mean, I haven't seen, I've been on this earth for 6 decades, folks. And my whole 6 decades being on this earth, I have never seen this world this bad as it is now. I have never seen the things that's going on in this world today. I have never seen it this way. Never. The whole 64 years that I have been on this earth, I have never seen it this way. Yes, never seen it this way. I mean, when I was coming up, you better not catch a teenager with a gun. Huh? When I was coming up, you better not catch a teenager with drugs. Man. So you didn't hear about these things when I was coming up, they was real discreet about their drug dealings and everything, man. People wasn't so openly but today everybody is so open with everything they do. It's a free for all world that we're living in now. It's a dog-eat-dog world that we're living in today, folks. Because like I said, there's no more love in this world. It's no more peace in this world. It's no more happiness. I see people walking around looking so sad, man, because they don't know which way to turn, folks. And then the powers that be, they're throwing this at us, they're throwing that at us, they're throwing this at our kids, they're throwing this at us. Man, I mean, like I said, man, you have to stay prayed up, folks. Yes. In order to make it in this time that we're living in, keep yourself strong in the Lord, folks. Yes. Keep a connection with the Most High people. That's the only way you're going to make it through. Yes, that's the only way that you're going to make it through this. We all have to come together as one, folks. We have to pray. We have to pray collectively, folks. That God, ask God to sustain us, folks, through these troubled times that we're about to approach, people. This is what we have to do. We have to pray collectively as one, folks. Ask God, please sustain us, folks. Ask God to sustain us. Ask God to carry us through these things that are about to approach us. Yes, that's all we have to do, folks. See, we gotta learn how to start working together, people. We can't be selfish in this world and just worry about me, 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 me. No, we gotta work together, man. It's coming a time we're gonna be forced to work together, whether we like it or not. We're not gonna have any choice. There's gonna come times when you might see 4 or 5 families living in one household, man. This is how bad it's gonna get out here, man. Boy. Yeah, we're approaching some very uncertain times, people. But like I said, folks, we got to get a handle on this thing out here. Yes, we have to find some solutions, man. This is what we need, to find solutions to the things that's going on out here in this world. We have to find solutions. We already know what the problem is. So it's time to find solutions. Samuel Thomas said the enemy is not playing with us. He's walking about seeking who he may devour. Yes, I would agree he's doing that. But like I said, gotta stay prayed up, bro. That's the only thing I can tell you. You better stay prayed up. Keep that connection with your Father. Keep that connection. Keep that line of communication open with him, folks. So when you need him, you can call on him, folks. Yes. Because he's always there for you. He's going to be there. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. He said, if I go to prepare a place for you, there will you be also. Hold on to those promises, people. In this time that we're living in, we have to hold on to God's promises. We have to hold on. But this youth thing, man, I tell you, like I said, man, technology has wrapped around our kids' minds, people. And it's got a strong hold on them, folks. Yes, it has a very, very strong hold on our youth. And as I said on earlier, man, all of this stuff is done by design, folks. This is nothing that just happened by accident or by coincidence. All of this stuff has been planned by design years and years ago, folks. See, they've been working on this stuff for years. They've been studying us, folks. They've been studying our youth, folks. They've been planning, strategizing what they're going to do for the future. See, they've been working on this stuff a long time, folks. This stuff didn't just happen. It just didn't pop out of the sky, no. They've been working on this stuff for decades, folks. Yeah, and now it's happening. Now it is happening. But I appreciate everybody for coming in. Yeah, everybody. Can we get the thumbs up a little higher, folks? I'm trying to get this message out into the algorithm, folks. That somebody may hear this, folks. Yes, I need to get these messages out there. So that this message can touch somebody. If somebody can take something out of this message and apply to their life. Something that may be able to help them with their kids, folks. Because parents need to hear this, folks, so they can sit down and have a talk with their kids. Because like I said, man, once the street get a hold of your kids, it's a done deal. Because the streets are going to take your kids, they're going to use them up, then they're going to destroy them. This is what the streets are going to do to your kids out there. Yeah. Because the streets don't care about nobody. The streets are undefeated. You can't beat the streets. Yes, the streets are undefeated. You cannot beat them. Can we get the thumbs up a little higher, folks? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Been on here an hour and 13, folks. I think I'm about to jump on off of here. I think I've got my message across. I need to get this word out into the algorithm. Someone may hear this. But, you know, like I said, man, it's sad. It's sad when you look at it because these things that they're putting out here for our kids, it's destroying them. It's destroying them daily. The rap music, the video games, the cell phones, all this stuff is destroying our youth, folks. It's taking them down the wrong path, folks. Yes, it's taking them down the wrong road. It's taking them down the road of destruction. Yes. And this, I mean, right here in my own city, folks, a teenager was murdered at Maryville High School, folks. Just a few days ago, last Friday, yeah. Murdered right in the parking lot of a high school. This is what I'm saying. Our parents don't send our kids out here to school to get murdered. Do we see what's going on out here, folks? Do we see what's going on out here, folks? Do we send our kids to school to get murdered? Ask yourself that question. Do we send our kids to school to be murdered? Man, it's sad. This young guy, he had a nice future ahead of him, folks. And he was cut short by another youth, folks. By another youth. They said this youth was from another school. Him and the guy got into the argument on the parking lot, folks. He pulled out a gun and killed this guy. And I'm gonna tell you something. 9 times out of 10, I bet you it was over a female. I bet you. 9 times out of 10, it was over some girl. I can guarantee you that. Because this guy, he was on a football team. He was on a football field. Yeah, he was on a team and everything, man. He was doing great in high school. And I bet you this is over some girl. He got murdered right on the parking lot of the school. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, folks. These youths, they don't mind killing you, man. They don't care about nobody out here. They don't care about me, you, the police, nobody. They don't have no respect for the elders or nobody. They don't care about nobody out here, man. And like I said, they're not scared of anybody out here. And please be mindful of that. They're not scared of you. So if you think you're big and bad, be careful how you talk to these youths out here, folks. Be very, very careful. Because they don't mind busting a cap on you. They don't mind doing it. As the old folks would say, busting a cap on you. Yeah, folks. It's what it is, though. But I thank everybody for coming in, for listening in, taking these, words in. Maybe somebody can take some of this from this message and apply it to their life. Or take it and talk with your kids or your grandkids, because I'm trying to keep putting out positive messages out here, folks, so that somebody will know the way to go, folks. Because right now, we need a lot of help out here, folks, without youth. We need it. Yes, they need to be talked to, folks. They need to be loved and cared for, Yeah, everybody need love. Yeah. And a lot of these youths are out here crying out for love, They're out here crying out, asking for love, but they don't know how to get it. They want somebody to love them. Some of these youth, their parents don't even love them. Yeah, they're living in households. We don't know what's going on in some of these households. Because I talked to one of these guys out on the corner, the squeegee guys that work out there, washing people's windows. I asked him, I said, what are you doing out here, right? And he told me he's the man of the house now. He said his mother doesn't work. He said his mother was on welfare, and he's trying to be the man of the house, so he had to go out and make the money now. This is what he told me. Yeah. So I said, wow. This is why I see a lot of these guys out here, because you don't know what's going on in these people's households. We don't know. And half of these guys, they don't have nothing to eat at home. That's why they're out there trying to make money. See, these parents, man, there's a lot of things going on out here, people. It's a lot of things going on that we don't even know about. We don't know the struggle of some of these youth. Some of these youth have to take on the role of the father of the house now, because no fathers are in the homes. So they have to take on that role as being the father, taking care of the rest of the family. So they're out here trying to hustle on the corner. We call them squeegee boys here in my city. They walk up to your car, and a lot of them are okay. But some of them try to bogart on you, like, you got to give me something. I don't have to give you nothing, Yeah, they try to bogart on you, like, you're not going to help me out today. One of them told me that one day, you're not going to help me today. No, I'm not going to help you today. You're not going to make me give you nothing, all right? I'm not going to help you. You're not going to make me give you my money. I'll give it to you if God leads me to give it to you. But you're not going to bogart on me and make me give you anything. So this is the thing. A lot of them, they think you're scared of them, right? That's what it is. But like I said, you gotta have that certain approach when you approach them, That's all I'm saying. Try your best to approach them in a civilized manner. Yeah. But yeah, folks, I'm about to jump on off of here. I've been on here for an hour and 19 minutes. Like I said, I think I've gotten my word across. I think I've gotten my point across. So I appreciate everybody for coming in. And I'm hoping and praying that everybody have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to get ready to go over here to April Showers and see what's going on over there on her channel. And I'm going over and check her out. And so with that being said, folks, have a blessed day. Peace.